Okay, here we go. So we are going to be covering basically how to send out a mass email and also go through the simple steps of how to do this with MailChimp and then also make that connection inside Command. So from the very beginning, if you don't have a MailChimp account, you're going to head to MailChimp and you're going to come in here and say sign up for free. Now, once you do this, it's going to give you an option, obviously, for username and password. Type in your email. And then once you've created your account, you're going to head back to Command. So you'll log into Command with your username and password of MyKW. Once you log into Command, you're going to head into your settings. And from there, you're going to connect MailChimp with your new account that you created. So here you'll see that I have my account already connected. You can connect more if you do have multiple MailChimp accounts. Say you work for a team and you have your team account, or maybe your individual agent and you just have your agent account. And so there's options there. So what you'll do is
can I ask a question quick? Do you have to connect both of those MailChimp, like those icons?
Yes. So see how it says manage drip campaigns and mailers?
Uh-huh.
So that's going to be connected to the direct mail. And then also like your email campaigns are going to be directed to and connected with your command campaigns.
Okay.
So I'm not really sure why we have two there, but it's going to be from the same account.
Okay.
And that's really good feedback for our team too, because I think it could be a little redundant, but just connect both of them just in case. And so with MailChimp, I want to go back to here and just kind of talk about the basics with MailChimp. Please make sure you look over the price point plan, because in the price plan with MailChimp, you have to have, there's like only one audience for the free account. And so if you have multiple audiences meaning mail lists. So your next step here is going to import a list of people into MailChimp, okay? And so from here, I just want to point out pricing for everyone, because pricing is something that we, don't have control over with MailChimp. So when I talk about one audience, that means I'm talking about one list of people. So say for this example, you have a list of open house leads. You're going to put that one list into MailChimp. You're going to name it as open house leads. And then that could be the only list that you use. Now, if you want more lists, which MailChimp again calls audiences, you want to go back and look at this price point here, because it's going to tell you, how much you're going to be spending a month based on how many audiences you have, aka lists that you have in MailChimp. Is that clear?
So just to be clear, there's no way you can do this for free with MailChimp.
No, there is a way to do it with free still, and that is with one audience.
Okay. But if you have more than one list or one audience, then you need to look at the pricing.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. So inside MailChimp, you're going to log in with your account. So we're now back at MailChimp. Okay. You're going to log into your account, and MailChimp likes to receive a CSV file. So let's use that same example for open house leads. You have your open house leads in an Excel spreadsheet, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That Excel spreadsheet has to be saved as a CSV file. Now, the trick here is with MailChimp, MailChimp likes a Google CSV file. Okay? So I'm going to head back into my Gmail account. And it's going to pull up, we're going to pull up an example of a CSV file, okay? So I'm gonna head to my CSV file underneath my drive. And again, just for training purposes, we're gonna head to these dots here in your Google account. And then you're gonna click on a blank spreadsheet.
Okay.
So let's go through that one more time. So we're gonna click on here, and then we're gonna head to Sheets, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Once you head to Sheets, next you're gonna click on the plus button. Then you're gonna copy and paste, or yes, I would basically just copy and paste the Excel spreadsheet into this spreadsheet.
Okay.
Okay. So for training purposes, let's just do that together real quick. I'm gonna open up a spreadsheet here. Computer's a little slow. Here we go. So I'm going to copy and paste. Can you see that on my screen?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm going to copy and paste this data.
And that includes what? First, last name, and email?
Yep. Just very basic. First,
Does it
last
have
name.
to be in that format? Can it be first name, last name, then email, or does it have to be email, first name, last name?
It could be in whatever format you like,
Okay.
just as long as you have headers there.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep. Perfect. Thanks for asking these questions. And then, oops, there we go. So now you have your data copy and pasted into this Google spreadsheet. Next, you're going to head to, let's see here. You're basically going to export this again. So we're going to head to File, head down to Download, and we'll say Download, comma, separated values spreadsheet. So here on my screen, I've downloaded this. I'm going to drag it to my desktop. We're going to head back to Audience in MailChimp, okay? And then from here, I'm going to click on Audience.
Where did you click? Oh, Manage Audience? Audience, okay.
Audience, yep. Next, I'm going to head to Manage Audience. And then I'm going to click on Import Contacts. So it gives you a couple options here. I find the quickest and easiest way to do this is to upload that CSV file that we just downloaded from Google.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to come up on my screen, and you're gonna click and upload the CSV file, and then click continue, and just follow the steps.
Okay.
Now I can't do this again because all these people are already in my MailChimp.
Okay.
Let me see if it'll allow me actually. So I'm just going to click continue down here. I'm going to browse and find that file that I just downloaded. So I'm on my desktop. It's going to be this guy, and I'll say open. And I'll click continue to match at the very bottom. All right. So this is where it's going to basically just confirm that your columns are aligned in the right spots.
Mm-hmm.
See how it says email address, and then below all those are email addresses.
Mm-hmm.
It's just giving us an example.
Right.
And then we're saying first name, and then we're saying last name. Okay, let's just play the what ifs here. Let's say we really need this first name column to be the last name. So I'm going to click on edit. I'm going to click from the drop down, and then I'll head down to, last name will be here. So maybe it's actually the address is in this spot, so we're going to click address. So basically you're just aligning whatever, the column is and matching it correctly, okay? And you'll hit save, and then save again, and then continue to organize. And once that file comes in, it's going to bring you back to your MailChimp account. You'll import, your audience will be imported. And now it's going to show your contacts. So for example, my audience is called Colorado Leadership. And so now from here, I'm just going to be able to create an email. Okay, so that's one option. I don't want to get everybody confused on options here.
Okay, so
So
this is,
I want to head back to command. We're going to head back to command.
oh, so you have to import them into MailChimp. Import, but you don't email them from MailChimp.
So to make this super clear, when you create a MailChimp account, it's going to ask you to use your business name for your MailChimp account. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So once you have your business name created, and then you connect your MailChimp back into command, you can create a campaign. So let's just head to campaigns and command.
So what you did there was you just did mass emailing through MailChimp and did not use command at all, right?
No, we haven't gotten to mass emailing yet.
Oh, okay.
She just added the contacts into MailChimp.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want to be super clear that that is one way to add an email list into this example.
Okay.
Okay, so that's example number one. You import your contacts into MailChimp, okay? And that's going to be in one audience like MailChimp describes. Example number two, okay? So this is now example number two. We're going to head back to campaigns as inside command, and then I'm going to click on create a new campaign.
Okay.
Okay. So from here, I'm going to click on email. And I'm just going to skip this piece because obviously you're going to you're going to create your campaign name. You're going to select the account from which email you're grabbing from. And see how it says add list?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a drop down. So for this example, see how my Colorado leadership list came up here?
Yeah.
Because you added those into MailChimp.
Right. So I added those in MailChimp. Okay, so I'm going to select them and then I'll be able to create my email design from here. See how it says apply email design or apply design down below?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the last step of this example. But for training purposes, I just wanted to show you that once you create your audience inside MailChimp, that audience will be here as everything is connected.
Okay, so what if I'm an agent and I want to send out a campaign to everybody in my database and I create a list in MailChimp.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 weeks later, I've added 5 more contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Can I re-upload that new list for my next campaign, or is that going to cost me because now it's 2 lists? Or can I just update my list, my one list?
You could update your one list.
Okay, and still it'd be free at that point.
Yes, and you
Okay.
can, so let's just walk through that example. So I'm going to head back to contacts, inside command. And let's take these like 5, I don't know, the first 5 people. Oops. Let's go all contacts. Okay, so I'm going to select, let's just say for that example, Jackie, these, you know, 5 people. I'm going to click on select bulk action. And then I'm going to say add to email list.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then it's going to ask you what list, and you're going to say that one. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then that's going to add it to that list in
MailChimp.
Okay. Okay.
I know, it's really confusing. I will completely be transparent about that. I think that, you know, you have to know a little bit of the ins and outs around MailChimp first for it to all make sense. Because as a brand new user, you know, when I think about importing my contacts into let's say MailChimp, I don't think my contacts as an audience. I just, you know, like I'm going to think of that list as like my database, because that's the language that we're used to, right? We're used to database, we're used to, you know, sphere of influence, we're used to open house lead, you know. So MailChimp, we just have to get used to a little bit of a different language inside their system.
Okay.
If I could just be super duper clear, that would be how I would, you know, kind of just differentiate the two.
Right. Okay, so now you're in your campaigns.
Yeah.
Then you can create that email out of command that's connected to MailChimp.
Yes.
That list. Okay.
Yeah. So let's explore that together. So, and then also I like to recap too. So we created our MailChimp account for free. We went back into our settings inside commands and connected our MailChimp account. We imported our data, our database inside our MailChimp account. We came back into command to make sure that that list was there inside campaigns. We created a campaign, clicked on email, went back to our recipient list and made sure that that list was still there. Okay. Then we said, oh, what if we have like 5 more contacts to add to that list? So I'm going to head back to contacts. Find those people. I'm going to bulk select those people that I need to add. Come up to my select bulk action button here, and then I'm going to say add to email list.
Okay.
Okay, that's where we ended.
Okay.
So now that we've gone through all of that, we're going to head into designs. Designs is awesome. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to really play around in here, but there's so much that you could do with it.
Okay, so one question.
Yep.
In the campaign, let's say we wanted to send an email that just said, you know, that maybe not a design, but just an email. We can just go through campaigns and create that email and send it, and it's done, right? And that gets sent, right? Or you're coming into designs to design some type of great insert into our campaign. Is that what you're doing now?
Yes, that's right. And even if it's just text or, you know.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to head back into designs, and then I'm going to click on this plus button at the bottom right hand corner. I'm going to select email and then create design. Okay, so that's one way. And again, you could be super simple. I want to point out here that the reason why this is so narrow is because we're in the phone view. If we click on the tablet view, then it becomes wider.
Okay.
And I want to be really mindful around that too, because once we start creating our template, you always want to make sure that it still looks right within both views.
Okay.
Okay. So over here to the right-hand side, this is where we get to create our email template. So for this example, Jackie, I'm going to select this text section over here, drag and drop it, and that's where I'm going to be inserting all of my message. Okay. So I'll insert my message here. Let's see if we can get this to delete. I'm going to update my template. Okay. Then up here in the left-hand corner, you can, you know, title your email template. So we'll title this email template, update template. Maybe we want to add a photo. So I'm going to drag and drop a photo. We'll upload a photo. Let's just do this for fun. Let's see what I have here. And it's nice because once you start creating this, you're going to realize it takes really not a lot of time at all. Once you import it, upload it, you'll resize the photo. Okay. All right, obviously we're just doing this for training purposes, so I'm going to click Update Template. Now let's head back to our command. I'll say yes, that I would like to save changes. Now let's go create our campaign. So I'm going to head back to campaigns. Create a new campaign in the right-hand corner of my screen. Click on email. I'm going to name this test email. I'm going to grab my list. Who is sending this campaign? I want to make sure that it's from me. I'll type in my message. And from here, I'll select Apply Design.
Okay.
I'm going to come back in here and grab my test email template. It's going to populate and show me what it looks like. I'll say Apply Design and click Send.
Okay. Okay.
Pretty simple, right?